Oh man, remember this picture? This was the profile picture for Naked Gaming for a very long time. Anyway, a little trivia out of the way. So we are here, or I am here to, in a way, congratulate myself for this sort of milestone. 17 years as a YouTuber, 17 years of sadness, as I ironically, sarcastically say. Uh, you know, I am the kind of person, and you don't need me to say it, but you can tell by yourselves that it's very, I mean, not very consistent when it comes to, you know, accomplishing projects or materialized projects in the long run. Every new show I do or I invent for the channel or for the stream, I discontinue them after not very long, to be honest, which talks about lack of decision, lack of consistency, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, but on the other hand, and pretty much addressing the complete opposite phenomenon here, I have been doing this whole YouTube thing for 17 years. Of course, with ups and downs, with breaks, with hiatuses, with difficult times in my personal life. The two cancers, me not having a job for a very long time, struggling financially to basically to make my own money, and a series of obstacles on the way that didn't allow me to completely focus on my hobby, my main hobby, which is video games and communication in this case, commentary. Of course, there were times in which I uploaded several videos a day, and some other times, like I said, usually or mostly because of personal life issues, that I didn't show that consistency. So even though I do not consider myself very disciplined when it comes to uh, you know projects or materializing or fulfilling projects in the long run, at the same time, this is the whole YouTube thing is my biggest accomplishment, my longest ongoing project ever. Even though it's a hobby and everything you want to say or call it, but uh, it might sound a little confusing, this sort of contradiction that I'm referring to, but you know what I'm trying to say here. Honestly, I wasn't expecting in 2008 when I started this. I thought it was going to be a good idea to put up videos, gameplay videos on YouTube, which already existed by the time I started this. Videos with commentary already existed by the time I started this too. But I don't know. I thought it was a good idea to show my passion for video games, especially retro games, and practice my English, which was one of the things I was struggling with at the beginning, especially between 2006 and 2008, 2009, which is pretty much my first years of university, studying to become an English teacher. Well, I accomplished many things, including getting this degree, uh, basically improving my commentary, improving my pronunciation. Of course, I still have an accent. I will never stop having an accent, sorry. I mean, probably the accent is one of the things that attracted you in the first place to come to this channel and stay here. Some of you actually confessed that to me several times. That probably the thing that got you most curious about me is my accent more than anything else, more than the commentary quality itself, or the things I actually say. It's basically how I sound like is what attracted you the most. Whatever, to each their own, right? Some others were attracted to the video games themselves, the variety of games that I showed, the obscure games I showed. Some others, probably the vast majority of you, let's be honest, are here for the ROM hacks. You know, everyone has their own motivation to be here in the first place and stay here. Uh, by yourselves. Uh, so whatever the reason you might have had to be here, thank you. Thanks a lot for all of your support. And if I talk about consistency when it comes to content creation, not very much about the actual projects, the actual plans, like I said, but at least the consistency in the video making, I think it has been there. And for that and sort of congratulate myself. At the same time, I have to be super appreciative and thankful to all of you for your consistency, or the consistency you show in watching my videos throughout all of these years. Because all of you guys watching uh, didn't get here yesterday or the previous month. Some of you guys have been here from the beginning of times, from 2008. Many of you joined later, joined along the way. Some of you joined last year, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Obviously, the times change for every single individual. But in this case, pretty much all of you have been here for years, for many, many years. And that talks about faithfulness, and constant support, and constant enjoyment for the things I show, regardless of the fact that sometimes I change on the way, I stop certain projects without telling anybody. I try to find this consistency. Unfortunately, it's not always a thing that I can say I'm proud of, because honestly, sometimes I start a project with all the enthusiasm in the world, and then I suddenly lack motivation to continue something and then move on to something else. Probably that's the one negative thing we can address, or I can actually uh, feel sorry for in a way. But I still put out content, like I said, with breaks here and there for different reasons, mostly personal life shit. But overall, I feel very accomplished for still being here after 17 years. So I would like to at least complete 20 years doing this before thinking about the possibility, sorry, of retiring. But trust me, it's not even part of my plans in the short term. Not at all. Trust me, I have many things that I want to do when it comes to content creation, many games that I want to go through. I want to continue this Little Sadness, which is probably like the most consistent project I have been working on for a long time. And I would like to continue with that, honestly, because I like the format. I like that the little, degree of unpredictability of the games coming up, or being selected on the wheel, you know, all of that. Obviously, the streaming part is a complete different story. I used to be super consistent back in the day, not so much anymore. That's something I want to work on, but obviously cannot make any promises, like I said in the final video of 2024. So that's something I wouldn't like to go too much into when it comes to what I want to do. I'd rather get to do things instead of promising anything, right? I think that's the most sensible thing to do, the most reasonable thing to do or to say at this rate when it comes to streaming specifically. But when it comes to recording, trust me, I am in a excellent personal, an excellent moment of my life, in terms of personal life. Like I mentioned, I guess at some point in my final video of last year, um, I took or I ran some scanner tests for my cancer control, basically, and everything is fine. So my doctor said that we can continue, we can continue, or I can continue a normal life for the next 6 months before the next scanners. So basically, I'm good to go. We can still enjoy life like normal, which is fucking awesome. Which is something I never expected to say 2 years ago, when it was in the middle of the biggest crisis of my life, without a doubt. This second cancer, stage 3, uh, with little to no possibilities of surviving if I didn't go through a very aggressive treatment and surgeries involved, which I survived all of them successfully. So obviously, I want to use all of that, all of those victories to my advantage, and continue doing what I am most passionate about: video games, retro games, commentary. So that's why I'm far from retiring from this, even though obviously I'm never gonna be a popular YouTuber, not at all. I'm not interested in that either, to be honest. I just want you guys, the ones who have been supporting me for all of this time, to continue there. If new people join on the way, awesome. But if not, I just want you guys, the ones that usually watch my videos and stay there, to continue there. Trust me, I will make your time worthwhile. Trust me. I'll do my best. So yeah, guys, I'm not gonna do any special celebration or stream celebrating the 17 years. I just wanted to upload this video and show you how proud of myself in a way I am of at least continue with this hobby after such a long time. Like I said, with sometimes lack of consistency in specific things that I'm trying to adjust and work on, and at the same time, thank you guys for supporting me the 17 years or the time you have been here for, because that also talks about your faithfulness in the long run. And trust me, as a person that doesn't have too many friends in real life, if any, to be honest, and faithfulness and basically staying there for me in a way in the long run means a lot to me, trust me, as an individual in general. So yeah, guys, got a little emotional at the end, apparently, but yeah, I guess that these whole videos uh, have to have some emotional content in it, some emotional, uh, you know, uh, insight on, on things. All right, right now of things to say. Apparently, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.